I love her, and her superpower is her heart. It's nothing supernatural. It's something that all of us have. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy Snow White. Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry. That was acting. That's what that was. I don't really care what happens with this movie. I really hope her career is pretty much over. I'd be thrilled to see that. I can't imagine. I mean, Christian, you tell me.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who does Megyn Kelly have it out for? Disney's 2025 live-action retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs might be based on a classic, but it strays far from the original. Starring Rachel Zegler as the controversial lead, alongside Gal Gadot as the evil stepmother, the ensemble cast notably doesn't include the classic Seven Dwarfs. Instead, they've been replaced with CGI creations.
That is totally uplifting and the right way to be woke, Link, when you actually canceled the roles for the marginalized population because just putting them on screen is somehow racist.
Let's not get too off track. So here's the main point. Disney's live-action Snow White remake? Critics think it bombed. Megyn Kelly and others aren't shy about voicing their opinions. According to them, it didn't flop solely because of too little or too much representation, or even the reimagined storyline. For Kelly, the real issue came down to one person, the lead actress.
Behind the scenes, you guys know as well as I do that those executives like Spielberg are looking at that, saying, Rachel Zegler can F right off.
Yep, in Kelly's eyes, Snow White failed because of Snow White herself. On her March 2025 podcast, she invited guests Link Lauren and Christian Toto to discuss it. It wasn't the first time Zegler came up on Kelly's show, either, and not in a flattering way. Referring to Disney's decision to fire Gina Carano back in 2021 for her controversial remarks, Kelly pointed out the hypocrisy. She said, "Hello Disney, you're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig. And you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense." The woman in question? Rachel Zegler. In late 2024, after Donald Trump was re-elected as the 47th US president, Zegler posted a fiery rant on social media ending with, "I wish Donald Trump and his supporters never know peace." Understandably, the internet reacted strongly, and Megyn Kelly didn't forget.
One of the reasons why Rachel Zegler sticks around is she's got a beautiful voice and she has some talent. So I think that certainly helps her because she's a PR nightmare. I don't know how anyone would hire her, but again.
While Christian Toto admitted the movie wasn't the complete disaster many expected, he agreed with Kelly on one point. Rachel Zegler's attitude caused more damage than her performance. The awkward CGI dwarfs and woke storyline might have contributed to the film's lukewarm reception, but the real issue, according to Kelly and her guests, was Zegler herself.
Talented, she's attractive, she's got skill, but there are a lot of actresses in Hollywood who bring all that to the table and are not going to absolutely sabotage your work.
Kelly didn't hold back. She slammed Zegler for ruining Snow White by injecting a modern agenda into a German fairy tale. Remember that viral clip where Zegler criticized the original story for glorifying a stalker? Yep, she was referring to the prince.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There is a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks.
Zegler's apparent disdain for the movie she was promoting didn't help either. Sure, she showed up to the press events and praised her experience on set, but she never had anything good to say about Snow White, the character she was supposed to embody. Clip 7. And that's what Megyn Kelly couldn't understand. Why take on a role you don't even connect with? Looking back, Zegler might never have been the right fit. Disney's Remake was nearly a decade in the making. Mark Webb was named director back in 2016. Early on, he sought advice from Aaron Sorkin and Greta Gerwig for a modern twist. Then came the casting phase. Enter Steven Spielberg. Yes, the Steven Spielberg. He recommended Rachel Zegler for the lead role after her performance in West Side Story. Webb wasn't about to say no.
Yeah, no, Rachel Zegler, she needs to be more grateful for the role she had. If I were cast in a Disney movie, I would be saying, I love Disney, I love Snow White. I wouldn't be saying anything negative.
With Zegler cast as Snow White and Gal Gadot confirmed as the evil queen, the production moved forward, but not without controversy. Fun fact, Snow White was Disney's first and youngest princess, introduced in 1937 and based on a classic German fairy tale. Zegler's casting sparked similar backlash as Halle Bailey's role as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Some fans felt Disney should create new stories rather than remake old ones to fit modern narratives. Others argued that ethnicity shouldn't matter when the story's core remains unchanged. But beyond casting debates, another question arose. Did Rachel Zegler even want to play Snow White? Based on her public comments, it didn't seem like it.
A young person dreams about a phone call like that. I've been lucky to have a few of those in my life, but this one is certainly extra special as a huge Disney fan.
Great! Despite the controversy, Disney moved forward. When the film was finally released, Zegler appeared on Good Morning America to promote it, saying, "It's all about bridging a classic to a modern age. Her superpower remains her heart. That's always been the core of this story, and of the Disney company." A major shift from her earlier comments criticizing the film's storyline and calling the prince a stalker. Megyn Kelly called it what she believed it was: damage control. According to her, Zegler was trying to save face with Disney now that her career might be on the line. Kelly also claimed that Zegler and Gal Gadot didn't get along on set, rumored to be due to clashing political views or just personality differences.
Now you have Rachel Zegler saying, oh, that 1937 movie, that's just, oh, it's tacky, it's weird, we're going to change all that. I mean, what a difference.
Whether it was personal differences or politics, we might never know the full story. But one thing seems clear. Rachel Zegler's future with Disney is uncertain. Not just because of her negative comments about Snow White, but also due to her reputation in Hollywood for being openly critical of the industry itself. Megyn Kelly's verdict? An actor who doesn't like the industry probably shouldn't be in it.